So, that Nintendo Direct Mini though. Hey, it's Ano. Welcome back to another video. Today, we'll be discussing the Nintendo Direct Mini that happened just a few hours ago. Let me just say, it was pretty stacked. I didn't expect that many announcements, especially since they did say that it was supposed to be a mini. Really, it just felt like a normal Direct to me. That was a nice surprise from Nintendo, so let's just jump right into it, shall we? First off the list, a new trailer for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. This game is gonna come out in a few days, so I guess this is supposed to be the final trailer for it. They revealed a number of monsters, Shagaru Magala, which is a very cool monster, Furious Rajang, and Scorned Magnamalo. So those were cool. They did also show a weird looking Tetranodon. It seems like it's infected with something. I'm guessing it's part of the lore with Malzeno, so we'll see what that's all about. Also, they did show a mysterious claw of something. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be from the final boss, since I don't remember them teasing ever the final boss for a Monster Hunter game. So we'll see what that's all about. So yeah, again, Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. It's gonna release on June 30, so 1 or 2 days depending on where you're from. Next on the list is NieR Automata, the end of YoRHa edition. So this is a pretty cool announcement because I think no one expected this to happen, especially since it's Square, and Square does have a weird reputation when it comes to Switch ports, namely what they did with the Kingdom Hearts ones. They just did cloud versions for that. But for this one, they actually made a legitimate port. It's gonna have a physical version, and as for the content, they did say that all previous content and DLC will be added, and there's gonna be new costumes for the characters, so that's a pretty cool bonus. Definitely gonna think of picking this up when it comes out. It's gonna come out October 6th. Pre-orders are up, and when I checked, it's priced at 40 USD, so not bad. Next is a brand new game, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. They said that it's gonna be a puzzle adventure game, so that's a pretty cool genre. And it's gonna launch next year, no solid date yet. The next list of games are from classic franchises. First one is Super Bomberman R2, so that's a sequel to the first game that came out during the launch period of the Switch, I believe. And it's gonna come out next year. The next game is MegaMan Battle Network Legacy Collection. This one is pretty cool because this has been rumored for quite a while now, so it's nice to have confirmation of its existence. So there's gonna be the usual music mode and the gallery mode. It's gonna have a physical release, but they did say that for the digital versions, it's gonna be split into 2 volumes. It's gonna launch next year as well. The last game for this batch is Pac-Man World Re-Pac. This is gonna be a remake of the first Pac-Man World, so that's cool. I've never really played that game since I think it was on the PlayStation. It's gonna launch on August 26th, so not that far off. The next game is a game called Blanc. It's supposed to be a co-op game, local or online. Games of this genre have been becoming more popular, namely because of It Takes Two. It's a cool looking game, and it's supposed to be a console exclusive for the Switch. It's gonna launch February 2023. The next one is another cool one. It's Return to Monkey Island. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be a remake or a reboot, but it does seem to use the same characters from the past games, so we'll see what the plot is all about. I'm just happy to see one more entry in the series because it's been a while, and this is one of the classic point-and-click games that became popular quite a few years back. It's supposed to launch this year also, but we don't have a solid date yet. We'll see what happens. This next one is a big one. Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. This is the highly anticipated sequel for the first game. And not gonna lie, it does look interesting, especially since I like these types of games. We finally got a release date for it. It's October 20, 2022. Pre-orders start today. They did show new gameplay of it, namely being able to move around before using a weapon. Although I didn't really play the first game yet, so I'm not that familiar with the new mechanics. They did say that Ubisoft will have a showcase for it tomorrow, 5 p.m. UK time. This next one caught me off guard because it really looked like a Bravely Default game based on the art style. But no, it is actually a different game. It's called Little Noah, Scion of Paradise. It looks to be a roguelike side-scroller with recruitable allies that you can use in battle. It looks pretty cool. When I looked it up, it seems like it was originally a gacha game a few years back, and Cygames is just releasing it as a console game that gives hope to other gacha games that have sadly failed. It came out today also. The next one is Railgrade. It's a train management simulator. I'm not really into these types of games, so it is supposed to come out at fall of this year. The next game is RPG Time: The Legend of Wright. This one looks pretty cool because of the aesthetic. It has a storybook one. It's an RPG that looks like a kid's drawing in a good way. The release date is August 18 this year, and you can start the pre-order today. Next up is Sonic Frontiers. This game has had a rough 2 weeks because of the recent gameplay showcase by IGN, but based on the footage that they showed here, it actually looks pretty cool. They showed off the combat and the gameplay, and some of the maps look really cool, as in this is the next gen Sonic game. So I'm pretty happy for Sega, although I do hope that they keep the hype up because it's gonna be sad to see another Sonic game fail. Next game is Disney Dreamlight Valley. Honestly, it looks pretty good for a Disney game, right? It's supposed to be a life simulation game where you help various Disney and Pixar characters to regain their memories. I'm not sure if it's going to be free to play or not because they did say that it's going to be early access, so it's pretty weird to call it that if it's going to be a complete game, but we'll see what happens. It's going to get released September 6th. Next one is Live Alive. I've been looking forward to this game since it has a pretty unique premise. It's supposed to be an RPG, but it doesn't have just one story. It has multiple ones, and it's set on multiple time periods, so it's a pretty cool concept, not gonna lie. They did say that a demo will be available today. It's gonna have 3 chapters, and the beginning parts of those chapters: Imperial China, Twilight of Edo, Japan, and the distant future. The release date for this is July 22, next month. Next game is Doraemon, Story of Seasons, Friends of the Great Kingdom. So it's gonna be another farming sim, but this time with Doraemon characters. So if you're into that, that's a game that you should look forward to. It's gonna launch this year, but there's no solid date yet. The next game is Minecraft Legends. So this was already revealed in the Xbox showcase, I believe. It's pretty cool that it's gonna get ported here also. It's supposed to be an action strategy game, but set in the Minecraft world. That's cool. It's gonna launch next year. The next game is Dragon Quest Treasures. Based on the trailer, it looks to be an open world adventure game. It seems to be an action RPG, but they didn't really reveal that many details on it. But it looks cool. It stars Eric from Dragon Quest XI. I was pretty confused when I saw him because wait, isn't he supposed to be the guy from 11? It's gonna release on December 9. The next batch of games is a quick fire list because they've already been announced, I believe. So just to go through them, Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. This game actually came out last week. Next is No Man's Sky. Next is A Plague Tale Requiem. Although for this one, it's just a cloud version. It's gonna release on October 18th. The last one in particular caught my eye because of the publisher and the title. It's Captain Velvet Meteor, The Jump Plus Dimensions. When I saw this, I was like, Jump Plus, and the publisher was Shueisha Games, so I was like, Shueisha, Jump Plus. Is this a Jump crossover game? So I looked it up, and lo and behold, it is one. It's supposed to be a crossover game for some of the Jump Plus titles. If you don't know, Jump Plus is an online service by Shonen Jump. It's a different collection of manga. Hopefully it's good because the recent Jump crossover games haven't really been good. So fingers crossed on this one. The next game is Portal Companion Collection. This was announced a few months ago and it's gonna launch today. So if you want it, you can already get it today. The second to the last game is Harvestella. It's a life simulation RPG game made by Square Enix, and based on the trailer, it looks pretty cool. It's like Rune Factory, but next gen, if you get what I mean. I'm pretty interested in this one, even though I don't normally play those types of games, but you know, at the very least, Square Enix is putting more new IPs instead of focusing on NFTs. So this one is gonna come out on November 4. The last announcement is the big one. Persona 3 Portable, Persona 4 Golden, and Persona 5 Royal all coming to the Nintendo Switch. Finally, the meme is dead. Persona on Switch. I guess Persona finally broke free. But seriously though, this is a pretty big deal because with this announcement, we have all 3 modern Persona games available in all modern consoles. So that's a pretty cool thing. Atlus finally learned their lesson. kudos to them. I'm particularly excited for Persona 4 Golden because that's the only modern Persona game that I haven't played. I've already played Persona 3 and 5, so it'd be pretty cool to finally play that game. And that's the whole direct. What do you guys think? Personally, I'm very happy with this one, especially since there's a lot of announcements and there's a lot of big drops in this direct. So what more can a guy ask for, right? There's a lot to look forward to on the Nintendo Switch for the coming months. So yeah, as a very big Nintendo fan, very satisfied. Although, that being said, I do want them to give us updates on some of the games that are slated to come out this year, namely Bayonetta 3. Since, from what I remember, there isn't really a solid release date for that yet. So yeah, and that's a pretty big game. That's a long time coming. So hopefully they do tell us the release date for that soon. Let me know down in the comments what you thought and what games caught your attention. I'll see you guys in the next video. Ano out. Bye.